I chose to do a PowerPoint because I like working with technology. All about flamingos by James Hirsch. Oh. What would you need to survive in lagoons, marshes, and mudflats? How would you defend yourself? How would you keep your family safe? How would you find your food? Flamingos have a tough job surviving in lagoons, marshes, and mudflats. A flamingo has many adaptations and basic needs to stay alive. There are many adaptations flamingos have. Did you know that an adaptation is a feature that helps an animal survive? One adaptation that flamingos have is they have 4 different kinds of feathers. The first kind of feathers are called the tail feathers. They help the flamingos steer while flying. The inner wing feathers help them fly smoothly. The small brown feathers help them keep. The outer wing feathers help them have power for the flight. Another cool adaptation is there are 6 different kinds of flamingos. The first kind of flamingos are the James flamingo, the lesser flamingo, the widespread flamingo, also known as the greater flamingo, the Caribbean flamingo, the Andean flamingo, and the Chilean flamingo. James and the lesser flamingo are the smallest. They range about 48 inches. The biggest flamingos are the Caribbean flamingos. They range about 62 inches. All flamingos grow to be 8 to 9 pounds. Have you ever wondered why flamingos are mostly pink? They get it from the color of shrimp, shellfish, and other plants and little creatures they eat. Do you have any idea how many flamingos are in one flock? Guess. Caroline.
1 million?
Grant.
3 million?
Jimmy.
550.
Close. Nick.
360.
Close. Tess.
506.
Thousands and thousands. Isn't that a lot of flamingos? They need each other for protection as a group in order to survive. Do you know how flamingos gather their food? They put in their long neck and head in the water and spin it around and around, just like a tornado. They do this so they can suck up the food for eating or feeding it to their young. While they are spinning its long neck and head around, it uses its mouth to grab mud and lets it go in the water. They do this to suck up little plants and little animals under the mud, because it is way easier to suck them up. That is why their long neck is so important. Do you know how fast flamingos fly? They fly 31 to 37 miles per hour. That is about the speed your cars go in towns. Did you know that flamingos shed their fingers once or twice a year? When new feathers come in, they are pale colored. Can you guess how old the flamingos get? Oldest ones? Nathan.
100.
Caroline.
60.
Close. Jacob. Right on. But most flamingos only get to 20 to 30 years old.
I was going to say 26. I was going to say they keep on living to 26.
When flamingos lay eggs, they can lay 1 to 3 eggs at a time, but only one survives. Do you know the life cycle of a flamingo? First, they have the eggs. Second, they are little babies. Third, at 6 years old, they are ready to be a mother or a father. Did you know flamingos' babies are gray, pale, or white when they are born? It takes them 2 years to be pink. Mother flamingos give their babies crop milk. They give it to them for 5 to 12 weeks. Are you guys wondering what crop milk is? Crop milk is a special kind of milk for flamingo babies. It contains high protein, high fat, and antioxidants. Do you know what basic needs are? They are an animal's food, water, air, and space. First, I will tell you what they eat. They eat tiny little plants, shellfish, and shrimp from the water. Do you know what predators flamingos have? Their predators are eagles and hawks. Do you know where their habitat is? They live on every continent except Australia and Antarctica. They live living by lagoons, marshes, and mudflats near the sea or ocean where it is a warm climate. Flamingos are an interesting animal that have many unique adaptations and basic needs to stay alive. Without these adaptations, they might not be able to obtain their basic needs to survive. Are there any questions? Nick.
How do they spin in the water? Do they turn their bodies around?
They have a neck and a head, and they swirl it around and around. You kind of think it would make them dizzy after that. Grant?
Why don't they live in Australia?
That's a good question. I don't know.
That's okay. That's a tough question.
Jimmy?
Why don't they have any other predators like falcons or
when they fly, because they like to fly in the night, because normally their predators are asleep. And they just have those two predators where they live because they like to live by the sea and ocean. That you kind of think eagles and hawks would be right there about.
Okay, one more question.
Caroline.
How old do they get before they can fly?
That's a good question. I never told you.
All right, let's give him a round of applause.